What's up, everybody? It's ST, and let's talk about Warren Buffett. This dude's a legend. We're talking about someone who turned a few $1,000 into a multi-billion-dollar empire. That's like taking a couple of pizzas and turning them into a fleet of private jets. His secret? It's not magic. It's actually a whole lot simpler than you might think. In this video, we're diving deep into Warren Buffett's brain, figuratively of course, to understand how he picks winning stocks. We're breaking down the concept of economic moats, those unique advantages that make a business nearly untouchable, and how you can spot them in companies you might invest in. Just a heads up though, this video is not investment advice. We're here to learn from Warren's strategy, not to tell you which stocks to buy. All right, let's get into it. All right, let's talk about Chevron. You know, the gas station you probably drive by every day? Turns out there's a reason Buffett likes this company. You see, Chevron isn't just in the business of selling gas at the pump. They're involved in every single step of the process, from pulling that oil out of the ground to refining it and finally getting it to your local gas station. Think about it, they've got oil rigs all over the world, massive tankers moving crude oil across oceans, and refineries transforming that crude into the gas that powers your car. That's vertical integration, baby. And that's a huge part of their economic moat. See, by controlling the entire process, Chevron can optimize for efficiency at every single stage. They don't have to rely on other companies, which means they can keep their costs lower than a lot of their competitors. And in the world of business, lower costs often mean higher profits, but it doesn't stop there. Chevron's massive scale is another part of its moat. They're huge, and I mean huge. They've got operations in every corner of the globe, which means they're not overly reliant on any one single market. If one part of the world is having a rough time, they've got other regions picking up the slack. This diversification is like having a safety net for their profits. It's a beautiful thing. Now, I know what you're thinking, Graham. Isn't oil a dying industry? And yeah, it's true that the world is moving towards renewable energy. But that transition isn't happening overnight. It's going to take decades. And guess what? Chevron knows that. They're not just sitting around waiting for the world to go green. They're investing heavily in renewable energy sources like solar and wind power. They're adapting, evolving, and positioning themselves to be major players in the energy landscape of the future. And that's what makes them a classic Warren Buffett investment, a company with a wide moat, adapting to the changing times. Let's talk about Coca-Cola. I mean, who doesn't love an ice cold Coke on a hot day? But beyond that sugary goodness, there's a reason this company is a staple in Warren Buffett's portfolio. And that reason, my friends, is their incredible economic moat. We're talking about a moat so wide, so deep, that it would make even the most determined competitor think twice about swimming across. First off, the brand recognition. Coca-Cola is everywhere. I'm talking billboards, TV commercials, sporting events, you name it, they're there. This constant presence has been drilled into our brains for decades, making Coke synonymous with refreshment and happiness. You go to a restaurant, you order a Coke, you're at a party, you grab a Coke. It's automatic. And when you have that kind of brand recognition, it translates into something incredibly powerful. Customer loyalty. People don't just drink Coke, they swear by it. They have their favorite type, their favorite way to drink it, and they stick to it. That kind of loyalty is priceless for a business. It means consistent sales, even when competitors try to undercut them on price. But Coca-Cola's moat goes even deeper than that. Remember how I talked about Chevron's global reach? Well, Coke takes it to another level. We're talking about a distribution network so massive, so efficient that you can find a Coke in almost every corner of the planet. From bustling cities to remote villages, it seems like no place is too far for Coca-Cola to reach. Now, some might argue that sugary drinks are on the decline and health-conscious consumers are moving away from soda, and yeah, there's some truth to that. But here's the thing, Coca-Cola is a master of adaptation. They've got their fingers in all sorts of pies, bottled water, juice, sports drinks, you name it. They're constantly evolving their product line to meet changing consumer demands. So when you combine that incredible brand recognition, unwavering customer loyalty, and a global distribution network that would make Amazon jealous, you've got yourself a recipe for a long-term winner. And that, my friends, is the magic of Coca-Cola's economic moat. All right, let's talk about banks. I know, not the most exciting topic, but trust me on this one, because Warren Buffett loves banks, And Bank of America is one of his favorites. Why? You guessed it, a wide, deep economic moat. Here's the thing about Bank of America, they're not just a bank, they're like a financial supermarket. Need a checking account? They got it. Credit card? No problem. Mortgage, car loan, investment account? Boom, they've got you covered. This is what we call an integrated business model, and it's a key part of their moat. Think about it. Once you're plugged into the Bank of America ecosystem, it's a hassle to switch. You've got all your accounts linked, your direct deposit set up, your bills on autopay. Who wants to go through the headache of moving all that to a different bank? It is just easier to stay put, and that, my friends, is the beauty of customer inertia. Bank of America knows that the more products and services they offer, the more likely you are to stick around. They make it convenient, they make it easy, and they make it a pain in the you-know-what to leave. But their moat goes beyond just convenience. Bank of America is also a behemoth in the financial industry. We're talking about a massive network of branches, ATMs, and online services. This scale gives them a huge advantage when it comes to things like lending money and managing risk. And let's not forget about the power of trust. Banks are built on trust. You're trusting them with your hard-earned money, after all. And Bank of America has been around for over a century, weathering economic storms and emerging stronger each time. That kind of track record builds confidence. Confidence that their competitors simply can't match. So while banks might not be the sexiest investment out there, Bank of America's integrated business model, massive scale, and rock-solid reputation create a powerful economic moat that's tough to beat. And that's why Warren Buffett is such a big fan. Now, let's talk about American Express. You know, the credit card company with those fancy platinum cards everyone wants? Well, it turns out there's a reason why American Express is a Warren Buffett favorite. And no, it's not just because he gets to skip the lines at fancy restaurants, though I'm sure that doesn't hurt. American Express has built a powerful economic moat by targeting a very specific type of customer, the affluent, high-spending consumer. You see, American Express isn't for everyone. They're all about exclusivity, about providing premium services and perks that you won't find just anywhere. Think about it. American Express cards come with things like airport lounge access, concierge services, travel insurance, and all sorts of other goodies that cater to a more discerning clientele. They've positioned themselves as the go-to card for people who value luxury and convenience. And by focusing on this niche market, American Express has cultivated a fiercely loyal customer base. These are people who are less sensitive to price increases and more likely to stick with a brand that aligns with their lifestyle and values. But it's not just about the customers. American Express also has a strong hold on the merchants who accept their cards. They charge merchants slightly higher fees than other credit card companies, but they make up for it by attracting those high-spending customers that businesses crave. It's a win-win situation for everyone involved. And let's not forget about the power of the American Express brand. It's synonymous with prestige, exclusivity, and a certain level of sophistication. When you pull out an American Express card, it makes a statement. It says you've arrived. So when you combine their targeted customer base, premium services, strong merchant relationships, and a brand that screams luxury, you've got yourself a recipe for a durable economic moat. And that's why Warren Buffett loves American Express. All right, let's talk about Apple, the tech giant that seems to be taking over the world, one iPhone at a time. Now, I know what you're thinking. Apple? Really? Isn't everyone and their grandma already talking about Apple? But here's the thing. There's a reason why Apple is the most valuable company in the world, and it's not just because they make sleek, shiny gadgets that everyone wants, though that certainly helps. No, Apple's real secret weapon is their incredible economic moat, built on the foundation of a tightly integrated ecosystem. Think about it. You buy an iPhone and suddenly you're sucked into the Apple universe. You start using AirPods, then you get an Apple Watch, maybe an iPad or a MacBook. Before you know it, you're completely hooked. You're invested in the ecosystem, and switching to a competitor becomes a major headache. See, Apple products are designed to work seamlessly together. Your photos sync across all your devices. Your messages pop up on your phone and your laptop. You can even copy and paste text between your iPad and your iPhone. It's this interconnectedness that makes Apple's ecosystem so sticky. But it's not just about convenience. Apple also controls every aspect of the user experience. They design the hardware, the software, and even the services that run on their devices. This gives them an incredible amount of control over quality and ensures that everything works together flawlessly. And let's not forget about Apple's brand loyalty. Apple users are notoriously loyal. They love the design, the user experience, and the feeling of being part of something special. They're willing to pay a premium for Apple products even when cheaper alternatives exist. So when you combine their tightly integrated ecosystem, their control over the user experience, and their rabid fan base, you've got yourself an economic moat that's wider and deeper than the Grand Canyon. And that's why Apple is a true Warren Buffett stock, a company with a durable competitive advantage that's built to last. So, there you have it, a glimpse into the mind of Warren Buffett and his strategy for picking winning stocks. The key takeaway here is this: look for companies with strong economic moats. These are the businesses that have a sustainable competitive advantage, allowing them to generate profits and reward investors for years, even decades to come. Now, I know what you're thinking, Graham. This is all great information, but how do I actually apply it? Well, the next time you're considering an investment, ask yourself, does this company have an economic moat? What makes it stand out from the competition? What prevents its competitors from eating its lunch? If you can't answer those questions easily, it might be a sign that the company's competitive advantage is weak and there might be better opportunities out there. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos on investing, personal finance, and building wealth. Until next time.